Morning friends, myself I am Hade, presently working in RSM Polytechnic Nasik. Today we will see the syllabus of mechanical working drawing. In that we start the total chapter and their distribution. So let's start. So let's see the chapter wise distribution of MWM subjects. So firstly we recall chapter number 1. So this is a main table for marking scheme. So first is a unit number 1, development of surfaces. Teaching hour is 8 and distribution of theory marks is RUA 8 marks, total marks 8. Second is the intersection of solids, 12 marks. So there is a 14 marks for intersection of solids. Third, conventional representation, which is a 6 marks. Fourth, assembly drawing. Production drawing. There is a 10 marks chapter. Then details to assembly 16 marks and assembly to details 16 marks. So total marks is 70. So there is a total marks in section 70. So again I repeat, first chapter is 8 marks, second chapter is 14 marks, third chapter is 6 marks, fourth chapter is 10 marks, fifth chapter is 16 marks, sixth chapter is 16 marks. So let's start chapter number first. In there is a topics: development of lateral surface of cube, prism, cylinder, pyramids, cones. So there is a two section. First is a section for development of lateral surface of cube, prism, cylinder, pyramids. Second is a development of surface of tray, funnel. This chapter is totally 8 marks. There are the two questions in exam paper. 1/1 is OR. So there is a development of lateral surfaces. Second, intersection of solids. So there is a section for 3 sections. So curves of intersection of various solids. First is a prism with prism. Second chapter name is intersection of solids. So second, prism with prism, cylinder with cylinder. So there is a first section. Write down intersection of intersection of prism with prism, center and offset. Similarly, intersection of cylinder with cylinder, center, offset. Intersection of square prism with cylinder, center and offset. So next section is cylinder with cone, means intersection of cylinder with cone. So this chapter is having 40 marks, 1-4. There are question number 2 and there is a 3 basic types: prism with prism, cylinder with cone and square prism with cylinder. So there are the 3 subsection. Out of these prism with prism is a first section. So let's start. Write down this theories. So next chapter is conventional representation. So in that chapter there is a conventional bricks in pipes, rod and shaft. Next, in that various rod and pipes are cut in the drawing. So how to show the drawing in that production drawing? So these guidelines are given. These given the symbols. Second, conventional representation of common feature like slotted head, radial ribs, knurling, serrated shaft, spline shaft, ratchet and pinion, repeated parts, square on shaft, holes, external threads. So write down these. These are the all common features which is studied in the drawing. So this is a common feature for all your drawings. Okay. So write down. So next 3.3 conventional representation of standard parts like bearing, gear and spring. Next, conventional representation of pipe joints and walls. Next, conventional representation of countersunk and counter bores. And last, tapers. So how to show the tapers? In that section we see the how to show tapers. So these are the conventional representation which is having 6 marks in your syllabus. So draw. So write down. Next, chapter number 4, production drawing. So in that first is a system of tolerance, definition of system of tolerance. Second is, so next is a dimension tolerance. In that show the representation of surfaces, then unilateral bilateral system, hole basis shaft basis system, then types of fit, clearance fit, transition fit, interference fit, what is a calculation of dimension allowance, maximum allowance, minimum allowance. In that identify the types of fit. So these are present in that chapter. So name is. So next 550 H7 H6, what is the basic size? So next start general tolerances, what is the tolerances, what is the deviations. Next general welding symbol, length and size of weld, surface contour, finish of weld, then symbolic representation of weld, then size of weld, what is the weld, how to design the weld. So write down this. Next is a machining symbol, surface texture. How to show the machining symbol with the fine surfaces. So in that there is a reference grade, allowances, manufacturing method, representation, machining symbol, surface texture. So these are all included in that syllabus. So next, so write down this. So next chapter is details to assembly. In that the name given as a details of that chapter, details to assembly. So there are the details of drawing is given. With the help of that detail, draw the assembly. So first introduction, then sequence of assembly, then bill of material. Next coupling, there are the two coupling, old arms coupling and universal coupling. Third, pedestal bearing, footstep bearing, lead tool post, bench wise, pipe wise, screw jack, steam stop wall, non-return wall, piston and connecting rod, lead tool post, drill jig. So all the drawing given in the sequence. So write down all these parts. So write down bearing, bench wise, pipe wise, steam stop wall, lead machines, drill jig. So last chapter is assembly to details. In that all parts are same, couplings, bearings, lead tool post, bench wise, screw jack. So except there is a assembly is given. With the help of the assembly, draw the details. So in that chapter we show the all the process, how to draw the details, then all the parts mentioned. So in this way we completed the syllabus. In next lecture we see the development of surfaces. So thank you. Write down the this. So thank you.